welcome to Access Muscatine. I'm your host, Gideon Robinson. Access Muscatine is a show that will feature local celebrities, candid interviews, upcoming local events, news, performances, satire, and more. Today's show, we will be interviewing Mike Ray, a director of Final Draft Productions, and a preview of their newest release, Field of Screams. I'm really excited about this one, guys. Later on in the show, we will have Ian Farley, a local movie buff, and we'll be quizzing him on scary movies. You're not going to want to miss a minute of the debut installment of The Eric Montez Show. Oh, Coraline. Hi. Did not see you there.
Oh, you didn't, did you? Hi, everybody.
This is Coraline, my co-host.
It's better half on the show.
Yep, pretty much. So, what I was doing earlier today is I wanted to write down a list. It's the top 10 reasons why somebody should watch Access Muscatine. Are you ready for this?
Ready for this.
That's good. All right. Number 10, we have interviews, local events, satire, and more.
Who doesn't love satire?
I do. I don't know who doesn't. Number 9, live performances. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means they're alive and they're here.
That's fantastic.
And they're performing. It's great.
That's wonderful.
Number 8, who needs the Weather Channel anyways?
Who cares how hot it is outside? If there's a tornado on the way.
I'll tell you who doesn't. Who has 2 thumbs and doesn't care about the Weather Channel? This guy. All right. Number 7, Corlin's favorite, Corlin's Corner.
Yep. I do all kinds of crazy things. You know, today we've got trivia. What'll be next time? Do you know?
Knows?
Do you know?
No.
Nobody knows.
We're going to find out. Number 6, the infamous Eric Montez Show, which is debuting today on the show. It's infamous.
Speaks for itself, I think.
Pretty much. Number 5, find out what's happening in Muscatine. Do you know what's happening?
No, I don't.
Well, you're going to find out. Number 4, how many other hosts do you know named Gideon? Huh?
That's true. None. What's up with that shirt, by the way?
Oh, this shirt. This is one of my favorites. It says Save Ferris, and Ferris Bueller's Day Off has got to be one of my all-time favorite 80s movies. It's just phenomenal. Watch it if you haven't.
Bueller!
Number 3, the internet is overrated.
That's true.
Yeah, it is.
We should focus on, you know, real things, real people.
Yeah, like TV,
Yeah.
real things. Number 2, learn about local stars, like Mike Ray, the director, local stars. And number 1, my personal favorite, Kyle, the camera guy.
What's up, everybody? Woohoo!
Thanks, Kyle. Coming up next, we're going to have the interview with Mike Ray of Final Draft Productions. Stay tuned after this break.
I advocate for the Muscatine United Way because I wanted to give back to Muscatine because it has been very good to me. 99% of the money it raises is spent here in Muscatine, and all of the donated time goes to benefit people and agencies in Muscatine. It makes a better life for people in our county. Give, advocate,
volunteer,
live united.
Hello and welcome back to Access Muscatine. We're right about to interview Mike Ray and his actor, Nick Austin, for his movie, Field of Screams. So Mike, tell us how you got started with directing.
Actually, me and Nick used to work together. At work, we talked a lot about wanting to do movies, and we used to quote each other. I quote movies all the time, and we decided that, you know, after Nick quit, shortly after that, I got a hold of him and wanted to start making films, and I started attending film school online through Lights Film School based out of New York City. And once I started doing that, I got a little more interested in it. So I did contact Nick and just said, hey, I want to do a short film, I want to throw something together, and showed up and went from there.
Here we are.
Here we are, yeah.
Yeah, wow. So, what was your inspiration for the short film Alone? I saw that and it was really interesting.
For me, the main inspiration was I've always been a big Kevin Smith fan. Don't know if you know who Kevin Smith is or not. He's director of the movie Clerks, Dogma, Chick and Amy. Started out independent. Made his first film was called Clerks. It was a low-budget film, shot in black and white, kind of grainy, really cheesy looking. But I mean, showed at a couple of film festivals, and from there it just just went out. So that's kind of what inspired me when I'm doing films was the movie Clerks.
Okay. I've heard about a little bit of Clerks. I heard it was really funny.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Clerks and Clerks 2.
Yeah. I'll have to watch it sometime. So was there any movie or any other director or something that inspired you to do a horror film like Field of Screams?
For me, it was Lloyd Kaufman. He is the owner of Trauma Entertainment. They made movies like the Toxic Avenger, really B movies, B horror movies. But to me, that's always gotten my attention because I like, it's comedy. The acting's really not that great. No offense, but the acting's not really that great. The stories are kind of cheesy. There's random stuff in it, and to me, that always got my attention. I thought that's something that we could definitely do locally. We don't have tons of money. We're not, a big, huge company. But something we could do was definitely shoot a low-budget horror film.
Yeah, we bounced a few different ideas around, and we're gonna work on other stuff later on. But it just seemed like a good one to start out on.
Yeah. Personally, I hate horror movies. I can't stand them. I don't like them. They scare me. However, a couple weeks ago, I watched The Shining for the first time.
Great movie.
And that was amazing. That was phenomenal. Is there any like really big budget ones that like maybe you're trying to throw something at it, like a throwback to it, or is it all just completely your own?
Yeah, if you look at the main character in the film, it's a dark figure. That's a guy that's wearing a white mask. So for me, the Halloween movies have always been like inspiration for me to make like a horror movie. Michael Myers always scared the heck out of me when I saw him. That's what I kind of want to look at. Just a guy just standing there, staring at you, just doesn't talk, and then that gets me more than somebody that's talking to me. So for me, that's kind of an inspiration why I decided to put him in that kind of a figure into the film.
Interesting.
I always like kind of like the B horror movies, like low budget ones, like Paranormal Activity, all those,
Yeah.
and the Blair Witch Project. Those are the ones I like.
I wouldn't know. But so we actually have your trailer for Field of Screams, and we're going to be playing that right now. So.
Here I am surrounded by the darkness, trying not to give into the night. I hear the shadows calling my name, my name. I feel the weight of the world, I surrender. To all those dreams I remember.
All right, that was the trailer for Field of Screams. Now we're going to show the film Alone, directed by Mike Ray and featuring Nick Austin.
To be alone, being without anyone or anything else. Depressed, to be low in spirits, dejected. Addicted, hooked on, dependent on, inclined to, prone to. Embarrassed, made to feel uncomfortable because of shame or wounded pride. Alone. Hey, excuse me. Excuse me.
Wow, that was really interesting, guys. I had a question. It's a little odd, but what did you use for the drugs that he used?
Well, I'm not even sure it was. Like, Mike brought it. So.
All I did was just got from home a little baggie full of baking soda and brought it down to the bar, and we put it out and chopped it up. And at the same time, the tornado sirens were going off. There was a big storm coming in. So on my mind, one thing I was thinking of is I hope some cops don't come walking in here and see this out and think it was something else. So
Baking soda, I swear.
yeah, so I mean, it's
Yeah, we were kind of like stuck in our own little corner, so it would have been really weird if they walked in and saw that.
and luckily we knew the guy, so I knew him for quite a while. I known him for quite a while, so he let us come in the bar. It was a slow time. It was a Saturday morning, almost like 11 o'clock. So it was dead in there. There was a couple people in there, but so perfect time to do it.
That's really cool. That's really awesome, guys. I was a little confused at the end of Alone. I didn't really know what happened. Could you elaborate on that?
As far as the ending, it was a lot of people say it's like the Sixth Sense ending. Nick, if you want to, I don't want to give it away, but if you kind of want to tell what.
We just watched it, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, it's the fact that I don't, go ahead and.
No, like I was playing the guy who was, he wakes up, is lost, goes around, no one's paying any attention to him, comes back and sees his own body laying there.
Oh, so he's like dead?
Yeah, so all the drug use he's done, all the worries he's had, he gets all messed up one night, inner body, or what do you call it, outer body experience, kind of goes out, realizes that he's missing signs, or he's been laying there in this park for so long, he's alone, no one's ever even noticed he's even been there in a public park. Someone should probably know that he's there.
That's
so
true.
Nobody's looking for him, so just kind of shows you it's good to have friends in life and people that's close by you.
Yeah. So how long did it take you to film Alone and just that short trailer? How long did it take?
Alone, we did about 3 hours. Like I said, it was only like 3 minutes long. Fill the Screams when the whole film was.
It wasn't a whole lot longer, maybe 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours, which was just we only had 1 or 2 takes each. We didn't, it went pretty fast. So.
Did you do it all in one day?
No, Alone was done back in was it back in September? No.
August maybe?
August. Back in August. And we did Fill the Screams in September.
Gotcha. All right. Well, that's pretty much all I got. Is there anything else you guys like to say?
We do have Alone is it's in the finals of a online film competition got the shirt there, yobi.tv. They got all different kinds of competitions, singing, acting, short films, and we made it past the first round, so we're in the finals, and That starts in December. I think the voting starts.
Yep.
And then Field of Screams is on another online competition.
Film Festival Flicks is the name of the site. So actually yesterday we just found out that was on, they chose it and put it on in a film festival online. So both of our films that we have done are both involved in a film festival online. So, and one's a finalist, which would be Alone, and the Field of Screams is in there. So if you go to our Facebook page,
Facebook.com/Final Draft Productions.
Can you vote through your Facebook page?
if you go to Facebook and click on the links that we have on there, you can actually go to the Yobi website and
You can log in through Facebook on their website.
Wow.
and the Film Festival website, Festival Flicks website, and vote for both. Right now, the voting is closed for Alone because they're waiting for the finals to start since we're in the finals. That starts in December. But as far as the Field of Screams, though, you can go on there now and vote, and we appreciate it, everybody that votes for us.
And that takes 3 minutes to sign up on their website and vote real quick.
Make sure you vote for Mike Ray.
Yeah, for us, we're both in this together, so it's Final Draft Productions is the name of our company. Nick's more of the actor. I'm not so much of an actor myself. I'd rather be behind the camera, but he does a great job.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Mike Ray and Nick Austin, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
And coming up next, we have the Eric Montez Show. We'll be right back.
Guys, do not go in there.
Oh my God, I am so sorry. Oh.
No, wait. Whoa. Can I ask you a couple questions real quick? They're about Halloween.
Yeah, sure, I guess, yeah.
Do you have anything planned for Halloween?
Yeah, just trick-or-treating and haunted house and going to a few Halloween parties.
What are some of your favorite Halloween candies that you look forward to getting to?
All candy, because it's free candy.
Hello and welcome back. That was the Eric Montez Show, and I really don't know what to say. Right now we have with us Ian Farley, local movie enthusiast, and we're going to be quizzing him on some scary movie trivia.
I hope.
So, why don't you tell us about yourself a little bit, Ian?
Well, I've lived in Muscatine for about 5 years. I'm a master filer. I work for Sawmills. I'm building the set for the theater here. I've done 3 sets for them now, and work with Corlin and all the other actresses when we ever get around to do anything. So,
wow. So you must really, really love films.
I do. I don't think there's anything better than movies and television when it comes to portraying humanity at its worst or best. There's nothing better than that.
Interesting.
That's very true.
So what was the first film? Do you remember the first film you ever saw?
I would have to say the first film I ever really remember seeing was His Girl Friday with Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell, 1938, 39. And that was the first film I remember watching. And my mother was a huge fan of the old films from the 50s, so I got a lot of Doris Day, Rock Hudson, any of the classics, all the classics. That's what I was raised on, the classics. So my idea of films and acting comes from all those old films.
You really appreciate
I do.
things.
And, when it comes to horror films, you can't beat the classics. You just can't beat the classics.
Exactly.
So you do prefer the old movies to the new ones?
Oh, I do. Anything made before 1980. If you go to 1950, they tend to be a little more comical. I mean, they're just so grade B that they're comical. But, 1960s Herschel, 2000 Maniacs was really the start of the gore. And anything with Bette Davis in the 1970s when she really lost it and she went crazy. A lot of good psychological thrillers came out then. And 70s really, I think, defined horror films when it came to movies and how far they were going to take it.
Can you list a few notable examples?
Melvin, which is a George A. Romero film, is a really good one. It's not your new vampire movies where they glitter and all that good love stuff. It's pretty pretty bad. You know, Night of the Living Dead, 1968, was a really great film. If you really want to go back, 1932 Freaks with director Todd Browning is an amazing film. They use all real sideshow freaks, so you get to see the human torso, the half man, the pinhead kids. I mean, and nothing's more frightening than real freaks coming at you. So that's, you know, but again, it's 1932, so
True.
it's not no CGI, no special effects and stuff like that. It's all real, and that's what I think makes a really good horror movie, the realism.
Yeah, it's definitely important.
Yeah.
Was there any newer movie, maybe not just horror, but any newer movie you had high hopes for, and then you saw it and it was just a disappointment? For me, I didn't like The Dark Knight Rises.
Nah.
I didn't like Bane. He sounded like Sean Connery with a higher pitched voice. That's what I sounded like. I didn't think he was intimidating at all.
The Batman movies, you know, you just couldn't do better than the original Batman movies. And nothing against Christian Bale. He's had some really great movies, but the voice that he did in the Batman movies just completely destroyed it for me. You know, you never had to hear any other Batmans change their voice, but Christian Bale, he talks normal, and then all of a sudden, you know, he's doing this weird thing with his voice, and it's like, through the whole movie, I can't focus on anything good because I'm focusing on his voice, and yeah.
Exactly why I didn't like Bane.
Yeah.
His voice, he just...
Well, Hollywood, I think the problem with Hollywood is that they're continually remaking things, whether it's horror films, new films, comedies. They're taking really good movies, and they're trying to adapt them for now, for a new generation. And the problem is that they end up ruining all the magic and all the greatness that the original movie had. And people who have seen the old ones go to it and they're like, oh, it's depressing. And that's what it is. It's depressing.
Yeah. So what was it for you, a movie that just totally destroyed your hopes and expectations?
You know, they remade a movie, The Stepfather, which was originally made in 1977, was an amazing horror movie. I mean, just one of the best I'd ever seen. And they remade it, and I went to the theater to see it, and I was just, I left about halfway through it because...
Was that bad?
It was, well, they just have to make it bloodier and gorier, and pretty soon it's like, you're taking it over the top. They, you know, and, you know, people watching it, oh, this movie's really great. Have you seen the original? Well, no. Yeah, watch the original, and you'll appreciate it a lot more than the new one. So, yeah, The Stepfather, yeah, that was probably one of the most recent films. Other than that, I try to stay away from anything new.
Yeah.
I like to, you know, like you said, I like classic films and classic horror, so.
I mean, I saw The Stepfather. I liked it personally, but I didn't see the original.
You gotta see the original.
But I mean, I thought Penn Badgley did a good job. I liked it.
Well, you know, it's nothing against the actors. It's nothing against the directors. You know, it's just trying to take. You know, you don't take a beautiful antique and try to refinish it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it's aged beautifully, and so you just let it go with that. You know, you don't take a classic wine and remodel it. Say,
Right.
there you go, that's
Right,
new wine. You know, you just don't do that. And
True.
Kind of like with the computer age, you know,
Yeah.
they've got the Kindles. I personally, I prefer to have the tangible book in my hands.
Yeah.
You know, you can flip the pages and.
That new book smell.
yeah, the smell
Exactly.
of paper. Oh yeah. This new stuff is just sometimes
more
it's just
appealing.
overwhelming how much technology is there, and especially when it comes to films, the amount of technology used just takes away from the behind-the-scenes people, the guys who do the special effects and do the makeup. Well, you don't have to, because we could just click it out with the mouse, and there you go, you're good. You know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's skills that we lose, especially when it comes to television and theater and movies. It's lost.
Is there any newer movie that you like really, really appreciate all like maybe the technology they used, maybe like Avatar or something? That was a pretty heavy
Yeah.
one.
You know, I can't say that there is, because I have never really found a movie that really does a good middle ground. You know, the new Star Wars films, I mean, they're not new anymore, obviously, but when they came out, the computer-generated special effects was just insane. You know, I mean, everything, even the monsters, the people, everything was just...
Space battle.
Yeah, you know, and you look at the original one, yeah, I mean, it's a model ship this big that floats through space, but the characters were costumes, and they looked real. So I would say no. A good middle ground is hard to find.
Alrighty, well, I have got some trivia questions for you based on scary movies. And let's see how many you can get right. All right?
I'm going to fail.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 1. In Francis Ford Coppola's 1992 film Dracula, who had the title role?
Dracula?
Yes.
Gary Oldman, come on.
All right. That's 1 for 1, guys. Okay. Number 2. 4 years prior to the release of Dracula, the lead actress Winona Ryder also had a lead role in a Tim Burton film, which soon became a cult classic. This film is perhaps best known for a scene in which a group of people at a dinner party are possessed and forced to dance to Harry Belafonte's Deo. What movie is this?
Beetlejuice.
Ah, yep. All right. In the Ring films, what is it that people must not do unless they want to die in 7 days?
Watch a film?
Yeah, watch an evil video.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not specified.
Never saw it. So.
Oh, that was pretty good for never having seen it, right? Okay. Number 4, what is the name of the company mascot that is supernaturally enlarged to enormous size and imbued with evil intent in Ghostbusters?
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
There you go.
Yep.
He's good at this. Come on. Okay, number 5. What new horror movie series is cinematically presented as a collection of home videos which document the gradual haunting, possession, and destruction of a family?
The Shining. Oh, no.
Nope.
Oh.
I would have no clue then.
The Paranormal Activity series.
Oh,
yeah.
I knew that one.
You knew that
you could have
one
answered
good.
for me.
You can have one call to a
I saw one of those films, so.
Good. Okay, number 6. Ranked number 1 on IGN's 25 scariest movies of all time list, this 1973 film has had many reincarnations and reinterpretations, but as per usual, the original remains ultimately the most frightening. Can you name it? Hint. One of the more iconic scenes involves crab walking.
Oh, The Exorcist.
Yep,
Nice.
yep.
I wouldn't have got it without the hint.
That's why I put it in there.
And crab walking, that's the staple of that movie.
Oh yeah, it's terrifying. Okay, number 7. Alfred Hitchcock stunned horror fans with his 1960 film, which contains an innovative sequence that has since become quite a common occurrence in scary movies. Let's just say it involves a shower curtain. Name the film.
Psycho.
Okay. Number 8. The Shining, adapted from Stephen King's novel of the same name, is a classic in horror, and Jack Nicholson's wonderful portrayal of the unhinged Jack Torrance has understandably become his most widely known role. Which of his lines from the film is the most iconic? Extra points for impersonation.
Oh, man, let's see. Here's Johnny.
Good job.
Nice.
All right. Number 9. In what famous 1984 slasher movie is the killer one who reaches his victims through their dreams?
Oh.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yep. Okay. Now number 10's a toughie. You may not get this one. All right. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Whisper in my ear.
What is the name of the Swedish horror film which rose to popularity in America because of its terrifying and controversial use of small children in the lead roles of vampire Eli and schoolboy Oscar? In one of the most gripping scenes, seemingly 12-year-old Ellie is made to walk into Oscar's apartment uninvited with bloody, disastrous results.
Okay, hold on a second. Something about be careful who you invite in. That's all I could give you from it. Be careful who you bring home.
He knows it. It's Let the Right One In.
Let the Right One In, yes.
That's a great movie.
Wow.
Well, that's all I have, and you got 9 out of 10 questions. How do you feel about that?
I feel great.
All right. Obviously he knows his movies, right?
It's great. You feel great, but sadly, since you missed one, you don't get a prize.
Yep.
I knew it.
All expenses paid trip to Bahamas, out.
No.
$50
I have
gift
such
card.
a lovely tan anyways. I don't want
Oh,
to
that's
ruin
true.
Missing out on all the gift cards and whatnot in Bahamas.
it. Oh. I thought it was $1 million. No.
So do you have anything else you'd like to say, Ian, before we wrap up the show?
Stick with the classics, people. When it comes to horror, when it comes to anything, stick with the classics. Don't give them a chance. Don't put them in the closet yet. Don't put them in the closet yet.
Gotcha. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Done.
I really enjoyed today's show. It was really eye-opening, especially with the classics. I need to check some more of those out.
Definitely.
Definitely. And Mike Ray's, his film Alone was really great. I really enjoyed that.
I'm going to look at that too.
Yeah, it's not long. It's like 5 minutes. And so thank you. Thank you once again for being on the show. And stay tuned for next week's show. And thank you for watching Access Muscatine, because when you reach for the stars, the sky's the limit.